Imagine a world where you become physically, mentally, and emotionally strong, meaning that you are unshakable. Everything life throws your way, you dominate, and your value to this world is undeniable and goes far beyond how much money that you make. Every time anyone has a problem, the first person they call is you. Your children view you as a hero, and you can provide them with the best this world has to offer. Your wife looks at you with the glow of admiration in her eyes. Other men want to be you. Everyone looks around and sees that you're better than everyone else, but what they don't see is that you chose differently from everyone else. Years ago, as a young man, you desired to feel respected, to feel admired, to feel valuable. You wanted to be the hero until you realized that this societal construct makes a hero out of the weaklings, while it demonizes the very strong men that make this society run. You realize their plan is for you to be a slave to this societal construct, that they do everything in their power to stop men from spreading the moral masculine influence. You realize they herd us like sheep and cattle down a path that will ultimately lead you nowhere. As you accept this hard reality, you now understand that this is not a hero's journey that you are on, but more like a villain's story. So you choose the alternate path. I present to you and I welcome you once again to another full guide. I welcome you to the alternate path. Now, I want everyone to understand that the pre-made path of this world, I want everyone to understand that everything that you've ever known, damn near, is wrong. They teach us stuff that's wrong. They do things just to exploit you and get you to buy a certain thing, or even, subscribe to the societal construct. So we're gonna dive deep into that, and I'm going to explain to you guys exactly what the alternate path is. But I want every single one of you guys to understand right now that this alternate path is one that you create on your own. You see this dirt road right here. This alternate path is not paved. This alternate path does not have sidewalks and road signs and stop signs and all of that type of, road lights and all of that type of stuff. The alternate path is one where you truly dictate where you end up. You map the road out yourself. Of course, we have, different alternate paths that we collectively create, but I'm telling you guys now that you need to take responsibility for your life. That yes, we give frameworks. Yes, we can, information is abundant, but I need you to take responsibility for your own life. And I'm about to tell you guys exactly how you're going to do that. Now, before we can get into that, I must first take you guys down a journey with me. Look, this was me when I was 15 years old, I believe. 14, 15, one of those two. And I want you to understand that, look at me. I mean, just like most of you guys when you were younger, or if you're that age right now, look, I was broken at the time, didn't have any money at the time, didn't have any type of confidence at the time, really, didn't know who I was, parents didn't help me, parents really couldn't help me for the most part. There was no role model, there was no masculine man I was looking up to as a hero. There was none of that. There was none of that. So I want you guys to understand, right, that the things that you guys think that you're alone in, more often you're not. There are probably thousands of people that went through the same thing and are going through the same thing that you're going through. They just don't tell that story, and you don't tell that story. So I want you guys to understand that just like you guys, I was in a similar position. A lot of you guys have, I would argue that most young men today have been in this similar, situation in their younger years, at least because of this societal construct. And at this time, I was trying to figure it out. I was in entrepreneurship at this time is when I started my first business, and that is I was selling beats online. I taught myself, I downloaded FL Studio, I taught myself how to make beats and sell them online. Now, I want you guys to understand that, this is the route that a lot of you guys have already taken, which is a beautiful thing. That first entrepreneurship endeavor is a beautiful thing. It really is. And looking back at this picture now, this was a beautiful moment. And, this was the moment that I realized this was going to be a villain story. I realized it then. You know, my hopes of, you know, the hero's journey, my hopes of, you know, what they said high school experience was supposed to be like, my hopes of, you know, what this life they said was supposed to entail. I just didn't experience any of it. I didn't have any of it, didn't experience any of it. You know, I felt like, you know, I was already living a man's life. And so that's the look you see there. You know, as we move forward a little bit, I ended up cutting my hair, you know, and this is when I started to, you know, really dress nice, man. I believe I was 16 in this picture right here, and I had just went on a date, and I came back and I was like, let me get a picture real quick for the content, because yes, I was making content then as well. I was making and selling beats online, creating content and building up what is now the Great Escape Tribe. I was doing that even back then, you know, just grinding it out, just working. And, you know, this is one of the pictures from those moments. So fast forward just a little bit more, your boy done made it to a penthouse. I done made it to a top floor penthouse with ceiling to floor windows in Atlanta. You know, of course it's not mine. I'm 17, I believe, at the time. And yeah, no, I was just making beats, cooking up with a very popular producer in Atlanta, still to this day, you know, made beats for Lil Baby, you know, really doing his thing. I don't want to just put him in the box of a producer for one person. No, he's had multiple, you know, records. I believe he's even had some platinum records, at least one, probably more. And you know, that's a beautiful thing. You know, I made it to the penthouse, right? You know, so I had some money at this point in the endeavor, you know, and I was doing my thing at a young age. You know, it was a beautiful, monumental moment for me to make it to this spot, right? From the picture that you saw that I first showed you, you know, it really was. And so then we fast forward some more, right? And here I am. But what you guys didn't know about the last picture, you would think that that's the beginning of the hero's journey, right? That's the where the story gets, you know, positive and good. No, you know, that's where everything began to fall apart in a lot of ways. And I actually stopped making beats for a lot of different reasons. And I started a cryptocurrency venture capital entrepreneurial endeavor where I was simply just, you know, getting clients to sign on with me to create a cryptocurrency portfolio for them, showing gains that I had and stuff like that. I mean, I was buying Ethereum when it was $900, you know, as a kid. You know, once again, I'm like 17 in this picture, and, you know, I was able to, I would go here every morning. I would come to this back room office of a abandoned building, essentially, you know, or a vacant building rather. It wasn't, you know, that bad, but it was a vacant building, you know, that was owned by one of my family members. And, you know, they allowed me to set up in the back right there, and just to be able to get away from, you know, my home and my family. Because guess what, you know, of course a lot of you guys can also relate to this. They don't be supporting what you got going on. They be thinking stuff is a joke and all of that, especially if you're young. So, you know, it was very helpful to have a spot I could go to escape that and just focus in silence. Like, you can, right now I'm in pure silence. You know, of course it was somebody there taking the picture, but this is what I would get up at like 4 a.m. and head over there. No one understood it, right? No one, even the men in my life didn't understand it. Why are you waking up so early? You would think that, you know, you would think that if I'm getting up early, you know, that's a sign of success. That's a rite of passage. You know, I'm getting up early, I'm working on this, working on that. No, that makes people feel uncomfortable when you're about to, you know, surpass them and be something greater than what they have ever even thought of doing. So, yeah, sometimes you got to get away from that. Even now, you know, in my adult life, even in your adult life, you're going to have to get away from that. And a lot of you guys relate to that as well and know all about that. But you must understand that I was getting up at 4 a.m. coming here, working for a couple hours before I had to go to high school, which I would eventually stop going to for the most part. And so, you know, this was just another, you know, thinking moment where I realized, yeah, I'm about to have to double down. I mean, I was able to go to the store and buy cigars at my young age, just by the way I begun to carry myself. Like I said, you know, I understood and realized within that first, you know, picture of me when I still had the hair, I felt like I was I was a man already, you know. So of course I begun to carry myself that way. Situations mold you into being stronger, and you come out on the other side, you know, better and more mature and ready to understand that this life is not, you know, going to be easy, but you can make something out of it if you so choose. And so, you know, of course I was attacking cryptocurrency, as I said at that time. And you know, I was focused on running up money in cryptocurrency. I was still creating content, and I was still making beats, you know, in my spare time. But cryptocurrency had the main focus, in addition to creating content and building, you know, what is now the Great Escape Tribe. So fast forward a little more, you know, I'm still 17 at this point, but I just wanted to show you guys, you know, I was going to the gym heavy. You know, I no longer have abs. You know, I'm bulking right now. I no longer have the abs, but, you know, in every other, you know, way, I'm just, you know, I weigh a lot more now than I did at this time. And, you know, I was grinding it out, you know, in the sauna, you know, working out. Man, I was going to the gym like twice a day. Now, I don't do that. Do not go to the gym twice a day, but I was addicted to the gym. I was addicted to working. I was addicted to doing anything that, you know, reminded me of the fact that I was gonna be that man one day, you know. And here I am again, you know, in the back office once again, doing my work, you know, just papers spread out. Like, all of those pieces of paper is just notes. Like, it was times where, you know, I was thinking stuff, you know, about different things that I wanted to implement, that I'm now, it's really just a beautiful thing, because now I'm implementing a lot of those things that was written down on those pieces of paper. I no longer have them, but I do remember them. I would just write it out, like notebooks and notebooks. I would just write out, you know, different plans with different, you know, drawings of, it's gonna be this, this, and this, and it's gonna lead to this. And, you know, it was just, you know, that grind that many of you guys love as well, you know. And then around this time, you know, I had, you know, got some overseas connections. Right, man. A lot of you guys are underrating, you know, those overseas connections, man. And, you know, I found somebody, man, that just motivated me, man. One of these, it was a guy I still know now, you know. He just, man, we was getting to it, you know, to a degree. We was getting to it at that time. And, you know, so that's some overseas currency. And, you know, then I ended up, right, this is me I was about to turn 18. I wasn't far away from being 18 at this point, but, you know, I had been working so hard, man, and I felt like that nobody was seeing it, you know. So I ended up, you know, shooting a commercial and or like a ad, right, you know, for another business. You know, I was a part of it with another business. And so, you know, this is just me and one of the women, and we ended up, you know, shooting a Ruth Chris after that, you know, and celebrating. We're drinking champagne right there, you know. So fast forward a little more, right? And now we're in present day. And what I have to tell you guys about everything, the reason why we just took that journey is because it's about creating your character. It's about you. It's about you. The alternate path is about you creating your character. You get to decide what attributes your character has. So many of you guys be playing the game. I don't understand that. You know, that within and of itself, just, it really blows my mind. I've never been a gamer, you know. But the thing is this, though, the same way you guys play this game and level up this character on this game and put tattoos on this character and get accolades for this character and get bigger and get stronger and, you know, get a better percentage of efficiency, this is a real life game. This body is not real. This reality is not real. It's so far from real that it's not even funny. And you guys got to understand that this within and of itself, you get the opportunity to level up your character. It's about creating your character. And I need you guys to understand that, because, you know, you just went on the journey of my past, right? But this is more present, you know, and look at what I'm doing now. Just look at the way that I'm carrying myself now. It's not even about anything, any amount of money that I've ever made. I've made not shit compared to what it is that I'm about to get to. And to be honest with you, there's no amount of money that I'm ever going to make and feel like, yeah, I did that. Like, it's still not going to be enough. It'll never be enough. You know, so I don't even talk about that aspect of things because I don't really care about the aspect of things. And, you know, I just don't care about that aspect of things. And a lot of you guys, are hyper focused on that aspect when, you know, that's not even what you really want. But, you know, stay tuned. We're getting into that. So now, you know, this is me, my age now, not too long ago, you know, just sitting on the lifted Jeep, you know. It's not lifted too much. I'm probably gonna put a higher lift on it and some bigger tires. But you know, just smoking a cigar, chilling. You know, and then here's me at a event for another business. Or no, actually this was my grandmother's birthday party. Yeah, this was my grandmother's birthday party. You know, just happy, you know, happy to be in the flesh, and happy to be and overcame so many things and so many obstacles, and still, you know, hungry for more. And then here's me right now. You know, I showed some women previously. Here's me and my girlfriend right now. You know, we went to the mountains. I like to take off, go to the mountains, you know, disconnect and get new downloads and new information and work on business in remote locations. You know, that's what I'm into now. And yeah, I'm actually thinking about, you know, man, building a cabin, you know, buying some land in Canada, or probably, you know, a place like that, and building, you know, a cabin. I'm gonna take you guys along the journey for that as well, because that leads me right to my next point, which is be honest. Be honest about what it is that you really want. So many of you guys are so confused, man. You think that this is gonna do it? Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. This doesn't mean anything if you are not that man. It means nothing. The material things mean nothing if, number one, you didn't earn them by being the man that's truly that valuable. And you know, there is a multi aspect, there's more than one aspect, right, to being a man. And so many of you guys spend so much time just focused on the money, just focused on, and see that, but see, that's the problem with that. A lot of you guys that are focused on the money aren't even doing anything to be a real entrepreneur. You want to know why that is? Because entrepreneurship, manhood, this young man's alternate path, because I understand we got to make money. I understand we got to do certain things, but the young man's alternate path is being revealed to you. And I need you to understand that the reason why you're having trouble is because you have no character. You have no character. You didn't go through the same things that a lot of us went through to level up our character in order to be at a position to where we can do anything, because we have built that internal dialogue within us. We have built our physique. We have built certain aspects of our lives we prioritize before the money, knowing that the money was going to be a result of those aspects. And I want you guys to be honest about what it is that you really want. You know, because a lot of you guys really don't want to be entrepreneurs. Be truthful about it. A lot of you guys don't want that. A lot of you guys think this money is going to get you that woman. A lot of you guys think that that woman is even going to give you happiness. A lot of you guys think that, you know, these things are going to do things for you that they are not. And I need you to understand that you have your whole life. Like, most of us watching this, or most of you guys watching this, and most of us in the tribe are in our 20s. And if you're even younger, this especially applies to you. We're in our 20s. So with that being said, you have your whole life. God, you know, the creator willing, you have your whole life to be at this phase. Why would you want to be there right now when you could be building and experiencing so many better aspects? Like, you have your whole life to be that man. In fact, I don't want to wake up and be that man tomorrow. I don't want to wake up and do those things tomorrow. No, because there are so many other aspects of me as a man that I'm developing that are so much more important than that. They're so much more important, and many of you guys don't understand that, and you really got to dive deep and be honest about what it is that you want, because many of you guys actually, in reality, want to be the unbreakable man. And if you want to be the unbreakable man, the unshakable man, the man that is capable of going through any level of adversity, there is nothing that can break him. Everyone around him calls him, the first person to be called is him for anything. You know, he is the man. In every dynamic and situation, he's the man. He's trustworthy, he's reliable, never fails, undeniable. You know, if that's what you're trying to cultivate, which is what the alternate path and everything that I'm telling you guys is suggesting, as a young man, you should be aiming to cultivate that. And when you aim to cultivate that, there's no amount of money that you couldn't get to if you so choose. That's just one aspect, is my point. Now there'll probably be those of you out there that, I barely go to the gym, that, really don't have no mental toughness and really don't have anything at all compared to what a lot of us have. And, you'll be like, well, that sounds like something that someone's not getting money would say, or, all that type of weird dialogue. And I just want you guys to look at what other people are saying. Look at the indoctrination that's taking place. And, in a lot of ways, this is getting us further from what a man is even supposed to be. You don't know how many people I've came across, and you ask them what a man is to be, they'll say a provider. They will tell you a man's number one priority is to be a provider. And that is so far from the truth. No, that is not a man's number one quality. A man's number one priority is not provision. A man's number one quality and priority is him being the truth. Him being the truth. Him standing on the truth. Him being willing to go against everyone else for that which he believes in. His unbreakable character, his undeniable character, his unsettling, unwavering, not giving in, not compromising spirit, warrior spirit. That's what a man's number one priority is. So many of you guys got this confused. If you think that you can buy admiration, or you could buy honor and respect, or if you could buy love even, then you're very lost. And that's exactly what this societal construct wants you to think. It wants you to prioritize things which have no real importance, man. It has no real importance. Now, your immediate survival and your overall, money is a game to me. So I'm positioning, and the alternate path does encompass aspects of money, right? But we look at money from what perspective? The perspective of over the next 10 to 15 years, what are you doing right now to position yourself for 10, 15 years? We way extend that timeline, because I understand that, number one, statistically, not many of us are going to be making multi-millions in our 20s. And also, I understand that that's not even what's important right now. What's important right now is understanding the game of money, making money, yes, but also setting yourself up in the future to be making more money than what you'd be making right now, while also cultivating your character as a man, cultivating your character as a young man, being able to fight, being able to defend yourself verbally, being able to know and experience different things. I would tell you guys, man, just go and roam around the world. That's what I'm doing. I'm going and I'm roaming around the world while I'm making money. And I'm going to tell you guys how, I set that up for us too. But I first need you guys to understand that you got to be honest about what you really want. A lot of you guys want that girlfriend. That's fine. I feel like that's justifiable. A lot of you guys want that physique. A lot of you guys want those experiences. A lot of you guys want that real warrior spirit. A lot of you guys want so many other things that you think this is going to give you that it's not. And, I realized that not too long ago, when I was sitting there and I was like, man, the only thing I can do with this money is give it to somebody. That's the only thing I can do with it. Is even if you're buying something, you're giving money to somebody else. Only I can actually give it to somebody else, and that is a righteous thing, and I support that, but a lot of you guys got to understand that even when you look at people that are the anomaly, for example, a lot of you guys probably know about Iman Gadzhi, or different entrepreneurs like that. Why did they do what they did? Have you guys even went back and looked at or known them long enough in their content to know where they started it and why they did it? They did it to take care of someone else. They did it in knowing in their mind they were giving it to someone else. And a lot of them are giving people even to this day, but they prioritized them as a man first, though, because they knew that them as a man was going to build what it is that would be valuable, to where money is just energy. A lot of you guys don't even have the proper understanding on what it is like. And I need you to understand this also. I don't tell you guys to do entrepreneurship for the money, right? I don't tell, because let's really think about it, right? Why do I suggest, why do other people suggest, well, I'll speak for myself. I suggest entrepreneurship right now for you because it is hard. Doing what is hard, it is going to build you as a man. So I don't wake up and trade. I don't wake up and study charts because I like it. It's one of the hardest things you could do. That's exactly why I do it, because it's extreme. A game that never sleeps. That's exactly why I do it. That's exactly why I chose cryptocurrency a long time ago, whenever I was starting to, do different entrepreneurial endeavors. I wasn't my first one, but I chose it, because it was something extremely difficult. And I was like, honestly, it's not really, at that time it was about the money, but now it's not about the money. Right now it's about, I'm continuing the path of that because it's hard. Whether I end up making 100 million with that or not, it doesn't matter, because I make me regardless. I make me regardless of that. And I can take all of those things that I learned to the next endeavor. I can take all of those things that I learned, and it carries on with me for the rest of my life. That's what I need you guys to understand. Now, I want you guys to focus on making you, not the money. Focus on making you. Pick endeavors that build you. Make it your mission to build you and your character every single day. That's what it's about. And you got to put yourself through that fire, and entrepreneurship, like I said, is one of those things. Making money is one of those things. But focus not on the money, focus on you, your habits, focus on what you're doing. Put yourself through the fire in every aspect to build the man that you actually want to be, the man in 10, 15 years that you actually want to be. Now, getting more into the tangible steps of, the alternate path, I want to touch on, school, because I know a lot of you guys either are doing it now, thinking about doing it, or already said you're not doing it. So I want to touch on that. And I'm going to say that school is simply a waste of time. Why is university? Why is college? Why is, number one, it's a scam, because this piece of paper has not gotten more valuable. It's actually gotten less valuable, but they charge you more for it. Most people spend this time partying. It really has no value outside of maybe a fraternity, or something like that, or a sorority or something like that. But I wouldn't join one of those. That's not in the playbook for me. But outside of those kind of connections, then no, it has absolutely no value, because there is nothing that you can't learn on the internet today that they're going to teach you. Nothing. In fact, Harvard has their computer science programs online. There's no valuable skill set right now that you're going to learn there that you can't learn on your own. So it makes no sense to go there. That's just my opinion. I never was going to go there. Never did I ever think about doing that. Like I told you guys, I barely went to, mandatory high school, so no. Now, what am I suggesting you guys to do for money? I know a lot of you guys, okay, I understand you got to build your character. I understand that, I want to be that man that is unbreakable. I understand that what I really want is adventure. I understand that what I really want is experiences. I understand that I'm building myself over years and years. I understand that, but what am I going to do to facilitate those things, and or still maybe give money to my grandmother or mother, or just make money in general? I like money, I do, even though I'm not going to prioritize it anymore. If you guys promise you're not going to prioritize it anymore, then you can continue this video. If not, just go ahead and click off. But for those of you guys that chose to not prioritize it, that was a good decision. Now look, we have nomadic entrepreneurship is a term that I've created. And as you guys can see here, this is almost the exact Jeep build that I have right now. I'm getting the rooftop tent, and I'm really gonna do this. But the thing is this though, I want you guys to understand that I chose this picture because the idea was this. When I sat down and I was like, okay, I want to be liquid for the most part. I want to do something that allows me to be anywhere and still do it. I want to, roam the earth and have these experiences. I want to make enough money to facilitate these things, invest in cryptocurrency, get involved in other business plays at the same time if I want to, just have a good pool of options. Like what is the best path, for a young man today? Like where is the road to heaven for that young man, which we're calling the alternate path. And so I sat down and I compiled what I'm calling nomadic entrepreneurship. Now, nomadic entrepreneurship requires simply just one thing, and that is an internet connection. And I would argue you don't even have to have an internet connection every day. You just have to have an internet connection a few times a week, and be able to work, of course, at least mentally. But really, yeah, just an internet connection. That's all you need. Like that's all. And see, that's what I think so many of you guys don't understand. Because like all you need is an internet connection. You can learn anything that you're good at. Anything that you want to do. I taught myself how to make beats. No one taught me how to do that. You know what I did? I typed in YouTube how to make beats. That's where it all started. It took time, it took effort, it took years of work to be able to be good at it. But nonetheless, it's something I wanted to do. I typed it in YouTube and bam, I learned how to do it. I wanted to know how to trade. I wanted to learn about cryptocurrency. Nobody taught me that either. I typed it in YouTube. Okay, let's get a start on YouTube. Bam. Now I know what I'm doing for the most part. Okay, now we need you want to do drop shipping? Type it in YouTube. Like there's no point in me going through regurgitating information. That's what all these other internet gurus are doing. For the most part, that's what a lot of their groups are full of. Why do I know that? Because I'm in a lot of them. And that's another thing. You don't have to, put on the hoe heels and choose whenever it comes down to this new realm of this new digital era. Like you can be in more than one different group of more than one different person, and they can be teaching the same thing. That's how I got my information. I joined different groups teaching the same thing, but different individuals give you a different perspective and or a different strategy, new information, compile all of it together and come with your own thing. Like I need you guys to start being your own man. That's really what it's about. And so yeah, but there's no point in me regurgitating that information, just like it's no point in other people doing that, and yet they still do it. But yeah, like this information is readily available. Like you could literally go and chat GPT and it will give you for free the framework to do any of those things. Like any of those things. And look, I would argue, right, that if you spend long enough doing any of those things, you'll find success in them. Just like everything else, right? And yeah, all you need is an internet connection. That's all you need. That's all I've ever needed was an internet connection. Just give me an internet connection. That's it. That's all I've ever needed. See, so many of you guys be playing around with that. Man, if you got internet right now, that's all you need. And so you guys got to understand that. So look, the issue is you have, okay, because that leads me to my next point though. Like the reason why a lot of you guys are playing with that internet connection and want to act like I don't know what to do and this is hard and this is that, and you don't know anything apparently, even though the internet is connected. You have no character. That's the problem. That's what I'm telling you guys. The issue is not this money. The issue is not this information. The issue is you. You don't have anything on the inside of you. Nothing do you have on the inside of you. And see, a lot of you guys have been through some things. A lot of you guys have been through trauma. You didn't allow it to mold you. You have to allow your trauma as a young man to mold you. You have to overcome it, allow it to mold you, and it builds that character. I guarantee it. That's exactly what I did. You guys want to run from those things, but those things give you so much power. Like just accept those things, whatever it is. Accept those things, move forward, and you will find that you have an infinite source of strength. You'll develop that character. Look, this is a picture of me the day that I left, moved out. Or probably not that day. It probably was it was within the first couple of days, I do believe. And I'm sitting there and I had the nuts, right? I let my nuts hang and I just said, This is what I'm doing. This is what it's going to be. Everybody disagreed with me. Only one person, my grandmother, is the only person that supported the decision and, you know, was there. But everyone else disagreed, man. Everyone else disagreed. My father was highly upset, mad, you know, just super emotional. Everyone was just super emotional about the situation, upset, you know, I'm not gonna make it, I'm making a mistake, all type of stuff like that. And you know, I decided, man, I'm about to let my nuts hang and just do my thing though. What they're saying, they're wrong. I don't care about what they're wrong. And I'm not conforming. I'm doing what it is that I want to do. You guys need to do something that I call putting yourself in testosterone boosting situations. This was a testosterone boosting situation, right? And honestly, I love these type of situations. It makes me feel alive, you know, and it might not feel good necessarily, but you know, it does make you feel alive. It's testosterone boosting. And so many of you guys are exhibiting low testosterone behavior because you don't put yourself in testosterone boosting situations, building that character. Now, you also have no real brotherhood. Like, I need you guys to understand, like, that's a recent thing, right? Like, so many people think that, you know, we need to be talking about getting money all the time, or we need to be talking about entrepreneurship all the time, or we need to be talking about how to get women all the time. But what about talking to us? You know what I mean? When was the last time you got a phone call from you know, a real brother just checking in on you? You know what I mean? Are you straight? You know, let's talk about, you know, this man stuff. Let's talk about, you know, how we're overcoming obstacles. Let's talk about, you know, different roadblocks we might have hit and how we can, you know, overcome this and become a stronger man. And just letting you know that, you know, whatever time it is, you know, if it's time to go to war, whatever you're trying to do, let's do it. You know, like, why are we not doing that? You know, that was when I initially started creating content years ago, and when I initially started to build what is now the Great Escape Tribe years ago. That was the thought, right? You know, because I was like, man, I'm in this world without any brothers. You know, I'm in this world with it's just me, and you know, it wasn't always this way. You know, so I could either, you know, be upset about that, or I could build it. You know, so I was like, man, I gotta build it. I gotta be the one to build it, and you know, bring it to the forefront and do what we're doing now. And you have no tribe. I want you guys to also understand that you have no identity. You have no tribe. You guys don't even really, a lot of you guys probably don't even, you know, believe in God like that, which is a shame. You know what I mean? Like, you guys, I'm not talking about religiously. I'm not telling you guys what religious, you know, philosophy to subscribe to. I'm just saying the overall concept of there being a creator that has created you for a purpose that you need to be making proud. The overall concept that your ancestors are watching, you need to be making them proud. You know, I want you guys to understand that you have no tribe, you have no brotherhood. All of that is designed on purpose, right? Because it's not that you actually don't have a tribe. It's not that you actually don't have a brotherhood. It's that they put all these other things in the forefront to distract you from getting to that. And that's exactly why I tell you guys, you don't need more information. You don't need new mentors. You're not missing the secret to, you know, that one secret that's going to get everything that you've wanted, and that one secret that you're just missing. You'll wake up tomorrow and your life will be perfect. You're not the money that you make. You're not the car that you drive, and you are not the clothes that you wear. I want you guys to understand that. And I want you guys to understand that this brotherhood, this tribe, transcends money. Because at the end of the day, whether you make money or not, I'm still going to be your brother. And a lot of us underestimate the power, right, that will come from young men coming together and saying, we're building our own path. I don't need the internet gurus. I don't need the mentors. I don't need any of that. All we need is the young men to my left, my brothers to my left and to my right, and we gonna come together and figure it out and move forward like that. Because I got more trust in the brother to my left and to my right than anyone else on this earth. You know, and the young men need that. That is this alternate path. And I want you guys to understand that a brotherhood cannot be a brotherhood without you, if there's 100,000 people in there. You know how 100,000 people don't know each other? Which is exactly why I'm not doing that. I'm not doing a tribe with 100,000 members. No, we not about to do that. We're doing a tribe to where we actually know each other, to where we're actually building together. We're actually fighting for each other. We're actually, brothers in this, and we're moving forward like that, making this great escape, traveling down this alternate path. And I want you guys to understand that this won't be the last time you see me. I've been doing this for a long time, right? I've been willing this into fruition for a long time, and it's the thing that I want the most on this earth. I'm gonna just keep it real with you guys. I want this more than anything else. There's no amount of accumulation that I want more than this brotherhood and this tribe. Make our great escape. Like I've been saying this stuff for years, and in spite of everything that's going on in my life, in spite of everything that everyone else has had to say, I believed in us. I will never quit believing in us. I will never quit doing what I'm doing. I will never quit building this tribe. Never. Will you guys ever see that? I've already got years in the game. So I'm never gonna quit this. I need you guys to understand that. I need you guys to understand that for those of you guys that want to join this fight with me, I do nothing but welcome you. Because whether it's me and one other person, or it's me and a couple hundred other people, nonetheless, we still gonna be in this war. Nonetheless, I'm still gonna be doing the same things. Nonetheless, I'm still gonna be creating this golden content for you guys. I'm still gonna be in the tribe every single day. I'm still gonna be doing everything that I've always done, because that's what this character of a man is.